Ladies and gentlemen, Rise of Kingdoms recently added the ancient Mayan civilization to the game, and as you guys know, I've been playing Rise of Kingdoms ever since October 25th of 2018. That's right, I have 2,229 consecutive login days, but today we are going to start over. As you can see, we have almost 90 million power here on my main account. My highest power ever was 103 million, but I want to see what it's like today if I were a brand new player joining for this new Mayan civilization. What does the new player experience look like? That's the question that we're going to answer in today's video. But first, what's going on, guys? Cheers. Now, as you guys know, I am a partnered creator with Rise of Kingdoms, which means they support a few videos on the channel every single month, just like this one. But the most important support comes from you guys dropping a thumbs up and consider subscribing down below for more Rise of Kingdoms content. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's jump right into the newest kingdom here in Rise of Kingdoms. This is server 3728. This server has only been open for less than 3 hours, and if you guys are a brand new player in Rise of Kingdoms, then more than likely you are going to automatically be added to whatever the newest server is. But ideally, you probably want to be in a server that is less than 24 hours old, so that way you get the most amount of time with the new server events. The journey of your civilization starts here. From the depths of obscurity to the peaks of legend, you will be the author of your civilization's history. Will you launch epic wars and conquer the entire world, or become a virtuous leader renowned for your sagacity? I don't know what that word means. Will you set off to explore the unknown as a pioneer, or dedicate yourself to helping your own people? Only time will tell. All great civilizations begin with a few wise decisions. The fate of the people is now in your hands, and then of course you have to agree to the user agreement and privacy policy. Now, as you can see at the bottom of the screen here, there are 15 different civilizations that you can pick, which is kind of crazy to think about, because when I started playing Rise of Kingdoms, I think there was only 8 civilizations that you could choose from. That's right, I've been playing before Arabia, Ottoman, and Byzantium were even in the game. Anyway, the star of the show today is the Mayan civilization, because it is the newest civilization. However, if you are a brand new player and you want to pick probably the best early game civilization, you probably should go for China, even though I really do like France as well, because starting with Joan of Arc is really solid. And also, France is one of those civs that you literally never have to change from throughout your entire Rise of Kingdoms journey if you don't want to. But also Sun Tzu is a Giga Chad, so those are your choices. But today we're going to be picking the Mayans. Now, it's important to realize that your civilization really is a micro optimization here in Rise of Kingdoms, so if you chose wrong, just realize that there really is no wrong choice here. It's not that big of a deal, and a lot of players in the end game will change their civilization around because there's just micro optimizations that you can make by changing between civilizations. But really, don't beat yourself up over this, and honestly, I would just pick the civilization. If you're new to the game, just pick the civ that you think is most appealing to you, that you want to look at every single day, right? You can see all the different designs of the buildings in the top here. If you have a particular emotional attachment to a civ and you really love it, just go with that one. That's the most important thing. This is a video game after all. Make sure you have fun. But if we take a look at the special buffs here for the Mayans, they get an increase to archer defense by 5%. Normal damage of all types is increased by 3%, and you have a gold gathering speed increase by 10%, which is quite good. In the early game, you don't need gold as much, but in the end game, you need gold a lot. Archers aren't necessarily the most impactful in the early game either if you are a free-to-play player. Normal damage is what it is. So really, the buffs here for Mayans aren't super impactful, honestly, especially not in the early game. But you also do get a archer special unit, the spear thrower, which means your archer units are going to be a little bit stronger than the base units, so that's pretty cool. And then of course your city is going to look like the Mayan civilizations. So let's go ahead and pick the Mayans, and let's see what we get here. Is this a new cinematic?
From a barren land engulfed in the flames of war.
This is new. I've literally never seen this before.
Our people eventually arrived here. A new world full of hope and possibility.
Wow, that looks really good. Oh, that looks so good. This is way better than when I first started.
We camp. We explore.
Free.
We hunt.
Oh my God. When did they make this? Ooh.
And we protect each other from great danger.
Kill him. Kill that barbarian, brother.
Here, our people stand.
Yo.
The destiny
Bro.
of civilization lies in your hands.
That's crazy.
Rise of kingdoms.
Wow. I'm actually impressed. I genuinely didn't know that they changed the like opening cinematic. I genuinely thought that it was going to be the same as it's always been, because the last few times I made a video like this, it was for the Greece civilization, which came out in 2023. It was for the Egypt civilization that came out in 2022, the Vikings in 2021, I believe. And every time it's been the same opening cinematic that I've seen every single time. And this time they actually redid it. And I don't know when they redid the civilization. Maybe if it was in 2024 at some point, because I didn't start a new account last year. But either way, it was way better than it used to be. So I'm really impressed already, to be honest with you guys. Let's go through the tutorial. Maybe this has changed as well. Welcome, Governor. As your counselor, I will do my best to offer you assistance. Now, this is the same tutorial lady as usual. Let's go ahead and build our level 1 farm really quick, and we go ahead and collect the food. Honestly, the graphics are a little bit better. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like the game looks a little bit better than when I first started playing the game. So I'm really stoked to see all these little upgrades already. A reliable food supply guarantees an affluent life for our citizens and is the key to the future development. Okay, here comes some dude knocking on our door. Help, please help us. Barbarians are attacking my village. It's not far from here. Please do something. Okay, let's go ahead and click this button here. Oh my God, it's the new graphics. It's actually the new, bro, it's the remastered graphics. What? This is the first time I'm seeing these new graphics in the home kingdom. I've played in remastered KVKs, but I've never seen this in a home kingdom before. This is actually blowing my mind. My heart aches, but we have no troops to send to their aid. The only thing we can do at the moment is harbor their refugees. Okay, even easier than I imagined. Scumbag. All right, let's take a look here. We have to train our own troops. Okay, let's go into our barracks and go ahead and train some tier 1 swordsmen, some warriors. These are infantry units, by the way. So there's 4 different unit types in this game, and you start with infantry. Upgrade the wall to improve our city's defenses. Let's go ahead and do that. It takes us a whole 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we need to get an outstanding commander. A tavern will allow us to recruit exceptional commanders. Let's go ahead and build our tavern here, and that's also going to take 2 seconds, which is great. And now we get to open up our first golden chest, one of many, and we're going to guaranteed get Lady Six Guy over here. Now this is, of course, because we chose the Mayan civilization, we get her guaranteed. This is an epic commander, which are going to be extremely useful for your first ever KVK, which is kingdom versus kingdom. That is mainly the primary PvP game mode that you're going to be focusing on here in Rise of Kingdoms. After your first KVK, you really don't use epic commanders ever again, but they are still good for PvE content in the early game. Definitely better than the green and blue commanders. So Lady Six Guy is mainly a gathering commander, as you can see right here. So she's not great for PvP or PvE. She's really just good for getting resources. So honestly, she's not great for the beginning of the game, but it is what it is. I heard some barbarians have been stirring up trouble. Why don't you take the initiative and awe them with our might? Okay, so let's go ahead and see what happens here. So we search for our barbarians. So this tutorial is teaching you how to find barbs out in the world. So let's go ahead and attack this dude right here. We're gonna go ahead and grab our Lady Six Guy. This is our brand new commander, and let's see what happens here. So we walk on over there. We start beating his ass, dude. We start beating his ass, brother. Oh my God. And then we see over here, this poor lady is running away from their own set of barbarians, and we're gonna have to go over there and help them out as well, most likely. So there's Markswoman. There's no one else to run. We must fight for our lives. All right, you fools dare stand in our way, then it's time for you to die. Let's go ahead and attack this level 1 barb. And the fun part is that you can sit here, right? I don't even have to save them, because as you'll see, it looks like Markswoman is taking 60 normal damage every single turn, and the barbarian is taking 58 normal damage every single turn. But you'll notice that their health bars are actually not decreasing, so there's no rush. We can just hang out here. We're just gonna be chilling, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna watch from afar. Yo, you guys good? Yo, you good over there? You chilling? Yo, you need my help? Okay, all right, fine, I'll help you out. All right, we're walking over there. Wow, that's a 10-second march. That's crazy. Your march speed is so slow at the beginning of the game. That's insane. Anyway, we jump on in here, and now you can see that the barbarian is taking even more normal damage, and each of us are taking even less. So that's kind of a little tutorial to teach you that you know, you want to swarm things. Basically, you want to use as many armies as possible to swarm down one unit. Okay, I think Markswoman got an upgraded model here. She looks great. Her hair is like flowing in the wind. 2 against 1. You got lucky this time, but we'll be back soon enough. All right, these barbarian hordes always scatter at the first sign of resistance. Assemble the troops and return to the city. Giga Chad, you are the bravest commander I've ever seen. Please allow me to join your army and fight alongside you. And there we go, we recruit Markswoman. So there we go, and that's how you guys, if you are curious and why I referenced Markswoman earlier in the video, your Markswoman is the first commander that you unlock besides your epic commander, and so you always know the exact day that you started playing Rise of Kingdoms by checking the recruitment information of your Markswoman. All right, let's go ahead and move our camera down here, because now we get our, in the top left corner, we actually get our quests, our main quests. So here it says upgrade the city all to level 2, so let's go ahead and do that. Boom, that's going to take another 2 seconds. Also, I noticed that they default your icon up here to whatever your civilization is, which is very, very cool. That is not something that was the case back when I started playing. Now we have to go ahead and clear the fog from the map, and here is our scout right here. Governor, we know this territory like the back of our hands. We would make excellent scouts. Build a scout camp to manage your scouts. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So go into military, build the scout camp. All right, and of course you can move these buildings around if you want to, you know, customize how your city looks. Let's go ahead and explore this fog tile. So we'll send out our scout, and this is that epic moment where the camera pans out and you actually get to see how big the world is compared to your tiny little city. So there we go, we're clearing the fog. The scout will automatically explore this area, and you'll be notified if he makes any discoveries. Now let's return to the city and continue our work here. So clearing fog is actually going to be super important for the beginning of the game, and I'll explain that in just a second. But there we go, we've basically completed the tutorial, and you'll get a free avatar frame design if you play the game on PC, by the way, so just keep that in mind. Here we've got people advertising their jumper projects, which is always annoying, but I do like this default icon here. Before, they would just default to, I think, one of these guys over here. I don't remember who it was exactly, but I think it was this dude, right? One of these guys, I think. I don't remember exactly, but anyway, let's go ahead and use our Path of the Stars frame because we have it. Why not? I'm gonna go ahead and change my name to Mayan Omni. Okay, bada bing bada boom, there we go. All right, let's take a look at the rewards here. We got a couple of cool things from the mail, which is nice. Always make sure you do that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the events here. Actually, before we do that, I do think we should do a couple of these different quests right here, because you do get a lot of good rewards. These are your daily objectives. All right, so this is your dailies, this is your main quests and your side quests. When you first start the game, of course, you do want to do your dailies every single day, because you are going to get a gold key and some gems over here, which is very, very nice. But also you want to do the main quest, like that's the main thing. So let's come in here and let's go ahead and build our archer range. It's going to go right next to the infantry barracks, which is nice. And let's go ahead and upgrade the infantry barracks as well, and we're going to upgrade the archer barracks. We're going to hire the 2-day contract for the additional builder queue. You're going to be able to get the additional builder queue for free when you eventually reach VIP 6. So I'm going to go up here and grab my VIP rewards for VIP 0, but if you come over here to VIP 6, this should be like the first thing that you want to focus on. Okay, it's the second building queue. All right, so that is definitely something that you want to focus on at some point. Let's go ahead and and build a lumber mill. This is going to let us collect some wood throughout the day. Let's upgrade that bad boy right there, and we should probably upgrade our city hall. It's going to take 5 minutes. 5 minutes? Absolutely not. We're going to use a speed up for that. And then let's go ahead and upgrade our barracks to level 3, and we're going to upgrade our archery range to level 3 as well. That's crazy that it's going to take that long. Absolutely not. Let's go ahead and claim our free rewards here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the event calendar. What do we got going on for the Rise of Kingdoms login for 1 day? Now this event right here is actually one of the reasons why you want to start in the newest possible server, because this event is not tied to your account. This event is tied to the server. Okay, so you actually, for the first 5 days, there are going to be a ton of different free rewards that you get just by doing the things that you should be doing in the game. And these are all things that you want the most amount of time possible to complete, right? If you join a server on its, second, third, fourth day, then you miss 2, 3, 4 days of doing all this progress, right? And especially if you're a free-to-play player, you want as much time as possible to complete these things, because you're going to be playing a lot and you want to make sure you get those. Also, the hidden lotus skin, as far as I know, it is possible to get this as free to play. You might have to do a jumper or sleeper project in order to do that. I don't remember exactly, or you just have to be grinding like literally all day and night. But the good news is that the hidden lotus skin is not very good, so you don't need this. Okay, it's 5% cav attack. That's not that impactful, to be honest with you guys. It's one of the worst city skins. It's better to have it than not, because the default city skin does not give you a buff at all, right? So that's important to notice. But if you can't get it, don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world, and it is what it is. I think in the past there's been other ways to get it later down the line. They may have stopped doing that to make it more exclusive, but that is kind of that's kind of the truth about this. And there's so many city skins in the game, so honestly you're never going to use that later down the line anyway. Also, the heroes return event is quite good as well. If you can get your hands on Cleopatra, you should, but it might be really hard to do that as free to play as well, because you need to get VIP 5 in less than a week. So that's going to be really hard as free to play, if I can remember correctly at least. But besides that, you might as well just grab whoever the epic commander is here, because that's going to be the most impactful. And this is another brand new event, the Claim Commanders event. Now this is game wide right now, which is very cool, but basically logging in every single day, you're going to get a free commander, which is really, really good, including all the legendaries from the tavern, which is extremely good for new players. It's like kind of unbelievable how good that is, because when I first started playing, that was not the case. So there we go. We just unlocked our first epic commander. We summoned Belisarius, and Belisarius is a very good epic commander for PvE content. But these bundles here, the ones that pop up when you get an epic commander, are never really worth it in my opinion. I think really, if you're going to spend money in the game, you want to spend it wisely, and epic commanders are so easily outclassed these days that really spending money for epic commanders is never going to be worth it. You really want to spend money on the legendary commanders if you're going to do any spending at all. So just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and claim these side quest rewards. And now that we've upgraded our barracks and our archery range, let's go ahead and start this training, right? Because as we're training, it's going to take about 25 minutes for that to complete, and so we can do our other things. So what do we have to do to upgrade our city hall to level 4? We need to upgrade our wall. So let's go ahead and do that. It's going to take 1 minute and 30 seconds. And then I know from experience that the tavern is definitely going to be something that we must upgrade as well. We've unlocked a few other things. Let's build the Alliance Center here in the next 10 seconds. And the Alliance Center is one of the most important buildings to build as soon as possible in the early game, because you want to join an alliance as soon as possible. Okay, joining an alliance is going to speed up the early game like crazy. You absolutely, this is like a must do. You must do this. Okay, as soon as you can, you want to do this. And let's go ahead and join an alliance. So I'm just going to look for one that lets anyone join. This one looks like it's good to me, the Silent Hunters. So let's go ahead and join that. And basically this is why you want to be in an alliance, right? Because you can help people that are in the alliance and they can help you. So anything that has a blue handshake over it, the alliance can help you with. And every single time somebody else that's online presses the help button, you are going to get your building times or research times reduced by about 1 minute, if not more. So, or 1%. It could go up to as high as 1% as well, whatever one is more. So that is very, very good. So join an alliance as soon as possible. Every time you see that little green handshake, you definitely definitely want to do it. Okay, now let's go and upgrade our city hall. It's going to take 20 minutes. Okay, it's going to take 20 minutes. I don't think we're going to wait 20 minutes. That's just too long. So right now I can get 7 helps, which means it should reduce it by 7 minutes, assuming that 7 people are actually online. There we go, we got all 7 helps. So now we know it's only going to take 13 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and do that. Now here you can see where all my other alliance members actually are. If we zoom out on the map, this is the entire map, and you can see it's covered in fog, right? Like this is, you can't really see anything, and the only reason that some of these squares are cleared off is because that's where my alliance members are, and it just clears off the fog there. So what we want to do when you join an alliance, you want to go over to where your alliance actually is located. Oh my god, they literally kicked me. They literally kicked me. What the hell? You didn't know you were going to be in a YouTube video? How dare you kick me? That's crazy. Fine, I'll join this alliance. They're nicer to me anyway. All right, this is where my new friendly alliance is. And as you guys can see, this little button will translate things to your desired language. So that's a really useful feature. Let's go ahead and teleport over here. We'll teleport next to this little roadway, I suppose. Let's tap that. We'll go ahead and teleport. And yeah, typically you want to teleport along alliance territory, but there is no territory yet because it's the beginning of the game. So now I'm going to move my city. And as you can see, my city was over here, right? And now we've teleported next to our allies, which is good. You always want to stay near allies and friendly people because that is what is going to protect you from getting zeroed. Okay, don't get zeroed in this game. Zeroed means somebody attacks your city and kills all your troops and steals all your resources, and then you're not feeling too good about that. Okay, oh, this person is emoting. Let's go ahead and say hi back to them. We'll do a little thumbs up. All right, I gotta say, guys, the new graphics look so unbelievably beautiful compared to what I was used to when I first started playing, and also the kingdom that I'm in is got the older graphics as well. So my god, it looks so good, dude. The game looks so good now. It's crazy. Now remember, the most important thing that you want to be doing besides your main quests and your daily quests is that you want to be clearing this fog. Okay, so if you tap on some of the fog out here, you can see that you can only clear fog that is adjacent to already cleared area. So what you want to do is you want to click this hold 60 minutes checkbox, and you're going to click explore. Okay, and that's going to send your scout to explore that tile. Now, one thing that I discovered that they've changed actually, and this is super annoying, is you used to be able to go ahead and clear fog really far away, because like you see how this area is already cleared for us. It used to be the case that I could click this fog and literally my scouts would run across the entire map to clear it. It looks like they got rid of that little exploit, which is unfortunate, but either way, let's go ahead and click this 60-minute box here, and then we'll explore. We'll send out our scout to the fog, and he's going to run over there. He's going to explore this whole tile, and then he's just going to stand there and wait for more orders. So he's kind of doing his thing while we're doing our thing over here, and we're basically multitasking. Okay, so now we're not going to wait 9 more minutes for this speed up here. We're just going to use some speed ups. Boom and boom. Let's go ahead and get that done. All right, so we're going to enter a new age, ladies and gentlemen, a new age. And now you can see that once we enter the Bronze Age, our city starts to look like the Mayan civilization. Okay, these are Mayan structures that are in the city, and this is where your account will really start to shape up and look the way that you want it to look. Now they are going to give you a pop-up bundle here that will show you kind of, you know, the abilities that Minamoto has. I will say Minamoto is a great commander to get your hands on in the early game. So for $1, unlocking him is great. Really what you want to do is upgrade the first 2 skills to 5 and then unlock the second 2 skills. Doing that would cost about $30, so keep that in mind. Any purchases before that, he's not that useful, right? So in my opinion, it's either you unlock him and get him to 5511 for $30, or you well up and you spend 200 to max him out. But if you're free to play, don't worry about it. You don't need Minamoto for the late game, so it's not that big of a deal. But you know, it is, I just wanted to point out, like, this bundle, not worth it. Minamoto, I think he's kind of worth it. That's just my opinion. Okay, as somebody who's been playing the game for a few years, that's how I feel. Let's go ahead and build this monument. This is the Mayan monument over here. Looks beautiful. Let's see what the progress of the server is already. Looking pretty good. Such a cool design for these buildings, you guys. Such a cool design. I really like this a lot. And you can see actually the different barracks have different, you know, shapes on the top of the buildings, which is cool. And I noticed that this, because the Mayan civilization is the newest civilization in the game, it looks like these buildings kind of share some of the same style as the newer like nodes out in the world here where they're a little bit more like, if we look for where can we find ourselves some cropland. I guess they kind of changed how the cropland looks from what I remember, but anyway, yeah, the design of it looks very much like the newer graphics, which I think is very cool. Next we have the academy. This is where you're going to go ahead and start researching some technology. Now it is worth noting that your scout is going to find some different villages out in the world, and when they do that, the villagers will share with you some of these earlier technologies. Okay, so you don't have to worry about like the first, you know, handful of these right here, but beyond that you're going to want to start doing this research. So I'm going to just start it up. It doesn't matter, it's going to upgrade instantly because my alliance is going to help me out there. Let's go upgrade this. Let's upgrade the alliance center. Boom, boom. Let's see what we got over here. Let's upgrade the scout camp, because the scout camp, if you upgrade this, they're going to be able to explore more range every time you deploy them, and you're actually going to get more scouts as well, which is going to help you clear the fog even faster. So all in all, really cool stuff so far. What is all this? All right, let's claim some of that. We've completed some of our daily quest here, which is nice, and we found a village. Okay, we're waiting for you by the city gates. All right, what is this? Our village militia would love to join your army, so we got 20 warriors from finding that village, which is really, really cool. And if we go over to that village that we found, oh, it looks like they changed it. So back in the day, you actually had to click on the village in order to get the rewards from it. Now it looks like they just come right to your front door, right? Which is pretty cool. So really nice. You'll also find caves and other things as well, so keep that in mind. Caves you'll have to explore manually, and they typically do have some pretty good treasures, so keep that in mind. Let's claim our daily, you know, resources there, and let's claim our helping of the allies here. Who can we change this to? Ooh, there's a lot of different commanders that you can actually pick right out of the gate. If you guys are starting Rise of Kingdoms today, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I think the best choice that you can make here is probably either Thutmose, Pyrrhus, or Mehmed. Those are probably your best choices in terms of PvP. In terms of PvE, it's gonna be Cao Cao. He's gonna be, you know, unlocking him is actually quite good for like fort rallies and things like that. So especially if you get your hands on Minamoto, like you want Cao Cao for sure, 100%. So keep that in mind. But in terms of like late game PvP, none of these commanders are super viable, but the ones that are closest to being viable are going to be Mehmed, Thutmose, and maybe Pyrrhus, but really Mehmed and Thutmose. KVK1, if you're a mega whale, you're going to go for Thutmose or Pyrrhus for sure. Like that's going to be the two that are going to be the best ones. But again, free to play, I would say probably your best choices. This is more early game PvP, late game PvE. This is more so early game and mid game PvP. Late game you can still use him, but he falls off a little bit these days. So there's that. I would never get Siege, to be honest with you guys, even though this is like a video covering the Mayans. He's just not good, like in terms of his skills compared to everyone else here. You can kind of go through and look at that yourself. He's great for archer rallies, but players, you know, unless you're a mega whale, you're not going to be doing archer rallies in the early game anyway. So that's why I'm saying you should probably change this to somebody else. But this event is probably only going to be here for a limited time. So if you're watching this video a few weeks or a few months from now after uploading this, then this event's probably gone anyway. So this is really just for those of you that are watching on like day one. Let's go ahead and do some of the Mayan events here. We're going to get some free stuff, which is nice. Now this, you know, the best thing to get here is the legendary commander sculptures, 100%. That is like one of the most valuable currencies in all of Rise of Kingdoms, so just keep that in mind as well. And we've made some progress on the Rise of Kingdoms event. So all in all, you guys, there's actually a ton that has changed in the early game here that I completely did not expect to have changed since the last time I made a video like this. They have completely upgraded the graphics of the world, which looks incredible. They've changed the opening cinematic, and of course now we have the Mayan civilization and many more that you can choose from here as a brand new player. So honestly, it's kind of never been a better time to start playing Rise of Kingdoms. And I know I mentioned earlier in the video that I am a partnered creator with Rise of Kingdoms because truthfully I've loved this game for years now, and you know, when the developers of the game wanted to partner my channel, like 100% I'm gonna say yes. I love the game, I love being partnered, and it's been such an incredible and rewarding game to be playing for the past few years. And genuinely, like from my perspective as someone who's been playing basically since day one, this actually is probably the best time to start playing Rise of Kingdoms ever, considering that they are improving the early game, making it faster for you to reach the end game. They also are giving you so many free commanders these days, which is crazy to think about. Like just literally unlocking these commanders for free, especially the legendaries, is wild. And then on top of all of that, the commander swap event is now in the game, which makes your progress in the early game way more impactful. And of course, one of the biggest things is they've upgraded the graphics, so the game just looks and feels and plays so much better than it's ever played before. So you know, you can call this video an ad if you want. The developers of the game did not tell me to make this video, right? They partnered the channel, but I decided to make this video all on my own. And like genuinely, this is the best time probably ever to start playing Rise of Kingdoms. So yeah, if you guys are new here and you're curious, like, should you give Rise of Kingdoms a try? I 100% say you should. I've been like genuinely addicted to this game for like over 6 years at this point, which is crazy to think about. The community in this game is one of the best parts about it, so make sure you join an alliance and talk to people. Okay, people are happy to help you. Watch the videos on my channel if you want some guides for the game, but genuinely, Rise of Kingdoms is a great game. It's free to play, so you might as well try it. I don't make money if you download the game. Like, it doesn't matter to me if you download the game or not, but like, I'm telling you, this is the best time to start playing Rise of Kingdoms ever, and I've been playing for 6 years, so that should really tell you something. Anyway guys, with that being said, if you made it to the end of this video, definitely drop a thumbs up on it. It really helps out the channel a ton. It helps get this video out to the YouTube algorithm so other Rise of Kingdoms players might see it. And while you're down there, consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the bell to be notified the next time I upload a Rise of Kingdoms video. And comment down below your thoughts on Rise of Kingdoms. Did you just start playing recently with the Mayan civilization reveal, or are you returning to the game after having taken a break for a while, or are you just a veteran who's been playing the game for years and you wanted to see what it would be like if your boy Omni restarted and checked out the early game for the first time in over a year? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Omniarch. I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace.